All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
I think we've got everybody. I only see 9 people in our waiting room right now, so we'll see if anybody else gets on a little bit later.
You have more pages than that on the calendar.
Yep,
Okay.
that's less than 1 per page. So, we'll see what we can do. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to give some of you just a few seconds to connect, and then we'll get started.
Hello, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Hello.
All right, looks like we've got most everyone connected. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the arraignment calendar. I am Judge Eric Richardson. I will preside over the arraignment calendar this afternoon and also over all future proceedings, if any, of your case. And because we are proceeding by Zoom today and we have a lot of people connected, I'm going to ask everyone to please mute your devices so that we can minimize background noise and other distractions. When it is your turn to speak, please make sure that your camera is turned on and your mute is turned off so that we can see and hear you. We have several other people on the Zoom meeting today. We have court personnel, including my case manager, Ms. Daniels. We have the state's attorneys who prosecute these cases. We also have the public defenders who can be appointed to represent you if you wish to have an attorney, cannot afford to hire one, and qualify for their services. Those of you who have received a notice to appear today have been charged with a misdemeanor. Generally, misdemeanors in Georgia carry a penalty of not more than 12 months in jail and not more than a $1,000 fine. The arraignment calendar is the stage of the proceedings where you are advised of the charges against you and asked to make some important decisions about your case. Before we begin this process, I need to inform you that each of you has certain important rights that I want you to remember during this process. First and most important, you are presumed innocent, and you are innocent in this court until you plead guilty or you go to trial, and upon hearing proper evidence, the trier of fact finds you guilty. You have a right to a trial by jury. At a trial, the state would have to prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right to have legal counsel present with you at all stages of the proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney and you qualify, I will appoint a public defender to represent you. So in a few moments, I will call the calendar. When I call the calendar, just let me know that you are present, and then I will ask the solicitor to advise of the charges against you and the status of the case. Then I will turn to you and I will ask you how you would like to proceed with your case. You have 3 main choices. I will tell you what those choices are, and then I will explain each of those choices to you in more detail. Choice 1, ask for a public defender. Choice 2 is plead not guilty. And choice 3 is plead guilty or no contest. So let's talk about each of those choices. If you wish to have an attorney, cannot afford to hire one, you can apply for the services of a public defender. If you, the public defender can represent you before the court and can enter into any negotiations with the state regarding the charges. In order to qualify for the services of a public defender, you must fill out an application and you must qualify. So if you do desire to be appointed a public defender, I will ask you to put your name, email address, and telephone number in the chat box so that one of our public defenders can email you an application and have you give it back to them, complete the application, and return it to them so that they can verify that you qualify for their services. If you qualify, they will represent you in all future proceedings before the court until the matter is over. If you ask for a public defender, for the time being, we will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf and the case will be reset to a future date. That's option one. Option two is to plead not guilty, which means that you dispute the charges. If you plead not guilty, you may desire to hire a private attorney to represent you, or you may desire to represent yourself. You also have the option before trial to speak to the solicitor in charge of your case and see what kind of sentence options she will recommend if you tender some type of guilty or nolo plea. In some cases, you may be able to talk to the solicitor about dismissing the charges if you agree to some type of pretrial intervention. But please understand that if you represent yourself and you speak with the solicitor about your case, nothing you say is privileged. What that means is that anything you say can be used against you at a later trial if you don't reach an agreement with the solicitor with regard to your case. If you plead not guilty, the case will be reset to a pretrial conference. Third option is to plead guilty or no contest. A guilty plea means that you understand and agree to and admit the charges. A nolo plea means that you're not admitting guilt, but you desire not to contest the charges. If you wish to enter a guilty or a nolo plea, there is some paperwork that the solicitor will have to send you that you will need to fill out and return. And then we will set a future date where we can take your plea by Zoom or in person. So again, your choices when I call on you is to ask for a public defender, plead not guilty, or plead guilty or nolo. I'm going to begin calling the calendar now. Position one, Troy Cleveland was a null pros. Position two, Rakeem Knight. Rakeem Knight. No response.
Hi, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, there you are. Good afternoon, Mr. Knight. All right, so Mr. Knight, I'm going to ask the solicitor to advise of the charge.
Yes, Your Honor, this is case 18 CR 002410F. Defendant has been charged with failure to yield right-of-way to vehicle resulting in an accident for an incident that occurred on January 30th, 2017, and I've had no contact with the defendant.
All right, Mr. Knight, how do you want to proceed with your case?
Not guilty.
All right. And do you wish to hire an attorney? Do you wish to represent yourself, or you want to see, well, those are basically your choices on a traffic violation.
Oh, I either have to hire my own attorney or defend myself.
All right.
I'm asking the question.
You either have to, yes, hire an attorney, private attorney, or defend yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have no problem defending myself.
Do you wish to entertain any discussions with the solicitor's office about the charges? See if you can resolve them.
I haven't. I would love to enter a discussion with them and see if I can resolve it.
All right. So the solicitor who's in charge of your case is Stephanie Dufford. She is on the Zoom call right now. If you can put in the chat box your name, email address, and telephone number, she will communicate with you about a possible resolution to the case.
Okay, chat box. My name, email, and telephone number?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do believe we can come to a resolution with this matter. I just didn't have contact information from Mr. Knight.
So she's prepared to give you an offer to resolve it. So hopefully that, you can have that conversation after this hearing today and y'all can.
Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
All right, we have that information in the chat box, so look for communication from Ms. Dufford regarding your case. In the meantime, I've entered a not guilty plea on your behalf, and if you aren't able to resolve it, the case will be reset to a pretrial hearing.
Okay. And I'll get something in the mail also, sir?
Yes, you'll get notice.
Okay. Do I still need to be on this call?
Yes, you are free to end.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.
All right. Position 3, Douglas Greer was a null pros. Position 4, Antonia King. Antonia King. Position 5, Trevon Billings.
Judge. Hello.
Hello, who is on the phone?
Hello.
We hear you. Who is on the phone?
Hi, this is Douglas Greer.
Mr. Greer, we just talked about your case. The state has dismissed your case. The case is over. You're free to go.
Okay, thank you kindly. Have a great day.
All right.
And Your Honor, I just wanted to let you know that Ms. Salette's screen just froze, so she had to log out, but she will be logging right back in.
All right. May have to skip a couple of hers and come back. I think I called Antonia King. We get an answer on Antonia King. No response. Number 5 is Ms. Salette. Number 6, number 7. Let's go to position 8, Alexandria Figures. Alexandria Figures. No response. All right, number 9 is hers, number 10 is hers, number 11 is hers, number 12, 13, 14. Let's go to 15. Lucia Shropshire. Lucia Shropshire. No response. 16 is hers, 17 is hers, 18 is hers. Let's go to 19, Lance Combry. Lance Combry.
Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Lucia Shropshire.
All right, let's go back. All right, to position 15, Ms. Shropshire. Okay, I'm going to ask the solicitor to advise you of the charges and status.
Yes, Your Honor, this is case 19 CR 005994F. The defendant was charged with criminal trespass and battery.
Can I plead no low?
I can reach out to her to discuss the case if I can get her information.
Yes, Ms.
Okay.
Shropshire, if you would put your name, email, address, and telephone number in the chat box. Solicitor Dufford will reach out to you and discuss what the possible terms would be. See if you can reach an agreement.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to swing back now that we have Ms. Salette back. Let's go back to position 5. Trevon Billings. Trevon Billings. Is Trevon Billings here? No response. Position 6, Monty Bowser.
I'm here.
All right, Mr. Bowser, I'm going to ask Ms. Salette to advise you of the charges and status.
This is case number 19 CR 005-651F. The defendant is charged with battery, substantial physical harm with an incident of July 3rd, 2019. Discovery was filed January 7th, 2021. I haven't had any contact with the defendant.
And Mr. Bowser, how do you want to proceed with your case?
Not guilty.
All right. And Mr. Bowser, do you want to hire your own attorney? Do you want to represent yourself, or you want to see if you qualify for a public defender?
I see if I call up a public defender.
All right, so what we'll need you to do is put your name, email address, and telephone number in the chat box.
How you send this? All right, bet.
All right, I see your information there. So the public defender that's going to be in charge of your application is Emily Bronstein. Her contact information is right above yours in the chat box. He's going to send you an email with the application. Please make sure you fill that out and get that back to Ms. Bronstein as soon as possible so she can verify your eligibility. And just keep in touch with her about the status of the application and the proceedings in the case. In the meantime, we're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf for the time being, and we'll reset the case to a future date. Do you have any questions? Go.
No, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bowser. All right. Next, I have Travell Williams. Travell Williams. No answer. I believe I previously called Alexandria Figures. Had no answer. Dominique Figures. No answer. Position 10, Randall Smallwood. Randall Smallwood.
Right here, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Smallwood.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm going to ask the solicitor to advise you of the charges and status.
This is case number 19 CR 005-675F. The defendant is charged with theft by taking misdemeanor and loiter and prowling with an offense date of September 28th, 2017. Discovery was filed May 11th, 2020, and I haven't had any contact with the defendant.
Okay, Mr. Smallwood, how would you like to proceed with your case? Mr. Smallwood? Seem to have lost Mr. Smallwood. We'll come back to him. All right, position 11, Rashida Groomster.
The court has been informed that this defendant is in jail in Nashville, Tennessee.
All right, position 12, Justin Ivy. Justin Ivy. No answer. All right. Shropshire, I see the contact information. In the chat. I see the phone number and address. All right, so what's going to happen is Attorney David Howell, public defender, is going to send you an application. Please fill that out and return that to Mr. Howell as soon as possible so we can verify your eligibility. And keep in touch with Mr. Howell regarding the progress of the case. Meantime, we're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and the case will be reset to a future date.
Your Honor, I believe Ms. Shropshire was the one that said she wanted to plead nolo to the charges.
Oh, that's right.
So I was I'll reach out to her.
My apologies. I'm confusing one with the other. But yes, she wanted to plead nolo. All right, and I believe we have Mr. Troy Cleveland on. Now, Mr. Cleveland, your case was dismissed.
Yes, sir.
Your case is dismissed.
Okay.
Free to go.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, let's go to position 13, Cortez Williams. Cortez Williams. No response. All right, Ms. Shropshire, the solicitor has your information. She's going to handle the plea negotiations with you after our hearing today offline. So you should look for a communication from Ms. Dufford. And once all of that is set, we'll have another Zoom hearing in the next couple of weeks, and we'll take your plea by Zoom. So you are free to go today. All right, let's go to number 14, Keisha Ashford. Keisha Ashford. No response. Position 16, Joshua Hamby.
Chief Judge.
We have Joshua Hamby. All right, no answer.
I believe he may be the Galaxy A02S.
That's me, Mr. Smallwood.
Mr. Smallwood, we lost you earlier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know what happened.
Are you aware of did you hear the solicitor talk about the charges against you?
No, man. No, sir, I didn't.
All right, let's try that again. Let's go back to number 10.
Yes, Your Honor, this is case number 19 CR 005-675F. The defendant is charged with theft by taking, misdemeanor, and loitering and prowling with an incident date of September 28th, 2017. Discovery was filed May 11th, 2020, and I haven't had any contact with the defendant.
And Mr. Smallwood, you understand the charges?
Yes, sir. But I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand what they for because I don't know. Y'all got me lost. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what y'all talking about. So yeah, let me get a public defender, I guess.
All right, so I'm going to need you to put in your contact information, your name, address, and the email address and telephone number in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Smallwood, we have your contact information. Now you're going to get an email from Attorney Emily Bronstein. She's the public defender, will be assigned to your application.
Yes, sir.
Please make sure you respond to that, fill out that application and get that back to Ms. Bronstein as soon as possible.
Now, who else can I talk to about this situation? Because I don't understand what's going on.
Well, I think the first thing, I think if you want some legal advice, I think the best thing to do is to start with the public defender, and the public defender can help you have those communications and get down to the bottom of
Yes, sir.
what happened and when and why.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So just make sure that you look for that email and respond to that. If you want Ms. Bronstein's contact information, it's in the chat box right above yours.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf for the time being. Give you time to see if y'all can work things out.
Yes, sir.
And then you'll get notice for another hearing down the road.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, any questions you have for me before we let you go? All right, no questions, then you are free to go, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's go back to, I think we are on position 17. Kelvin Bryant. Kelvin Bryant. No response. Position 18, Claiborne Pounds. Claiborne Pounds. No response. Position 19, Lance Combry. Lance Combry. No response. Position 20, Michelle Hickey. Michelle Hickey. No response. Position 21, Timothy Jett. Timothy Jett. No response. Position 22, Babak Nikui. Babak Nikui. No response. Position 23, Armand Mangum. Armand Mangum. No response. Position 24, Erica Brooks. Erica Brooks. No response. Position 25, Deadrian Harmon.
That's me. I'm here, Your Honor.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Harmon.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right, we're going to hear from the solicitor about the charge in your case and the status.
Okay.
This is case number 19 CR 006-297F. The defendant is charged with battery with an incident date of March 29th, 2019. Discovery was filed May 11th, 2020, and I haven't had any contact with the defendant.
Okay, Mr. Harmon, how do you want to proceed with your case?
Not guilty, sir.
Right, and Mr. Harmon, you want to represent yourself, hire a private attorney, or see if you qualify for a public defender?
Represent myself, sir.
All right. Are you interested in having any discussions with the solicitor about resolving this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you would, please put your email address in the chat box. Name and email address. The solicitor assigned to your case is Courtney Sillett. She is on the Zoom call today. She can reach out to you with an offer.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Harmon, you can also email me as well. I just put my email address in the chat.
Okay. Will do. Thank you.
All right, we have your contact information. Hopefully you'll be able to resolve it. If we'll reset the case to a future pretrial conference. If you can resolve it before then, we'll take a plea or other disposition we can handle by Zoom.
Okay. Sounds like a plan, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any questions before we let you go?
Yes, sir. With the email, is there a preferred time frame to email Courtney?
No, you can email me at any time.
Okay, will do.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
All right,
No other
thank you.
questions, Your Honor.
You're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
All right, position 26, Zenny Blackwell.
I'm here, Your Honor. Yeah.
All right, can you turn your camera on?
I'm sorry.
All right. It's a little dark. It's hard to.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm pregnant and I'm on bed rest, so I'm in the bed.
Do you have a light in there somewhere?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Is that better?
Much better. Thank you, Ms. Blackwell. All right, Ms. Blackwell, I'm going to ask the solicitor to advise of the charges against you and the status.
This is case 19 CR 006450F. The defendant was charged with battery, substantial physical harm, and 2 counts of criminal trespass for an incident that occurred on February 1st, 2019. Discovery was filed on May 11th, 2020, and I've had no contact with the defendant.
All right, Ms. Blackwell, how do you want to proceed with your case?
Not guilty.
All right, not guilty. And do you wish to represent yourself? You want to hire a private attorney or see if you qualify for a public defender?
Public defender.
All right, so I'm going to need you to type in your email address and telephone number into the chat box so that the public defender can send you an application.
You said my email and what else, sir? I'm sorry.
Email address and telephone number. All right, we've got that information. So the public defender who would be assigned to your application is David Howell. He is on camera here. He's going to send you an application by email. Please make sure that you respond to him, get that application filled out and get that back to him as soon as you can. The sooner he can confirm that you are eligible for his services, the sooner he can get to work on resolving your case.
Okay.
We're going to, in the meantime, we're going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf, and the case will be reset to a future date. You have any questions before we let you go?
Yes, do you know how long would that date be
How long, what would be?
until I get a new court date?
It will be at least 2 months, and may be longer than that, depending on what we have in front of you.
Okay.
But you're free to resolve it. You know, if you can get with Mr. Howell and you're approved, you know, he can start discussions with the solicitor about your case. You can get it resolved before then. We'll take a plea or handle a disposition before then.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
No, that's all.
All right, you are free to go. All right, position 27, Dakina Oliver. Dakina Oliver. No answer. Position 28, Kimaya Martin.
I'm right here. I'm here. Yes. Hello.
I hear you, but I do not see you on camera.
I was in the middle of doing my hair. I'm here though.
All right.
So.
All right, Ms. Martin, let's hear from the solicitor regarding your charges.
This is case number 19 CR 006-543F. The defendant is charged with 2 counts of reckless conduct with an incident date of August 1st, 2019. Discovery was filed May 19th, 2020, and I haven't had any contact with the defendant.
All right, Ms. Martin, how do you want to proceed with your case?
What do you mean by 2 counts of reckless conduct? I thought it was just 1. How was it 2 counts?
Your Honor, I would have to pull up her file to answer that question.
Are you able to do?
Yeah, because I thought it was only one charge.
Your Honor, if you want, I can work on pulling it up right now. I don't know if you want to come back to this.
All right, just hold on the line, Ms. Martin.
Okay.
We're going to see if we can get you a little bit more information on those charges.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to number 29, Diamond Johnson. Diamond Johnson. No answer. Position 30, Luvia Clemente. Luvia Clemente. No answer. Position 31, Robert Goodman. Robert Goodman. No answer. Position 32, Christopher Aberhart.
Right here.
You are here. Mr. Aberhart, it looks like you have already put in contact information and requested a public defender.
Yes.
Do you understand the charge?
Yeah, I understand. I mean,
all right. So this case file would be assigned to Attorney Bronstein. Ms. Bronstein, you have his information?
Yes, Judge, I see it.
All right.
I see right here.
So, Mr. Aberhart, Attorney Emily Bronstein is going to send you an application for public defender. You need to respond to her, fill that out, and get that back to her as soon as possible so she can start working the case, make sure that you qualify for her services.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and the case will be set to a future date.
Okay. Free to go?
You are free to go.
Thanks.
All right.
Could you please?
Your Honor.
Got something echoing. I think it might be here.
Thank you.
Ms. Salette, you can go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Just back to position number 28, for Kamaya Martin. So I was just reviewing the file, and she's charged with 2 counts of reckless conduct, because there are 2 separate victims. There were 2 children. She's charged for each child.
All right, Ms. Martin, you understand the distinction there?
Yeah, I'm pleading not guilty.
All right. And Ms. Martin, you want to represent yourself? You want to hire a private attorney, or you want to see if you qualify for a public defender?
Public defender or private attorney, whichever one. It doesn't matter.
So if you want to apply for a public defender, I'm going to need your contact information in the chat box. Going to need a email address and telephone number for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Put that in the chat box. Now if you can.
Is it the Broston people
Yes.
at Fulton County? Okay, I see it. Okay, I got it.
Did you put in your contact information?
I screenshotted it.
We want you to give us in the chat box your contact information also.
Oh, okay. Hold on. JD, stop. Okay, I sent it to you.
All right, we have that.
Okay.
So, and you have Ms. Bronstein's information, so she's going to send you the application. Make sure you get that filled out and back to Ms. Bronstein as soon as you can.
Okay.
We're going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and the case will be reset to a future date.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. You have any other questions before we let you go?
No, that's it. I can get off of this now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
All right, I think we are on position 33. Shemuel Butts. Shemuel Butts. No response. Position 34, Bobby Farley. I see him on the screen.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Mr. Farley, we're going to hear from the solicitor first, and then I'll talk to you.
Your Honor, this is case 19 CR 006762F. The defendant has been charged with abandonment of dependent child for an incident date of October 25th, 2017. Discovery was filed May 11th, 2020, and I have had no contact with the defendant.
Okay, Mr. Farley, how do you want to proceed with your case?
No contest.
Now, Mr. Farley, if you could put your contact information in the chat box. The solicitor Dufford is going to send you some information on what they propose the remedy should be.
Okay.
Paperwork that you'll have to fill out to accept. You can have that discussion with her after this hearing today.
All right. Let me check.
All right, Mr. Farley, we have your contact information. Ms. Dufford has also put her contact information in chat above yours in case you want to take down her contact information, but she will be in touch with
Okay.
with proposed terms and some paperwork for you to fill out. And once that's returned, we'll set up another Zoom hearing where we can take your plea and resolve the issue.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Do you have any questions? You have any questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right. You're free to. All right. You're free to. Position 35, Christopher Andrews. No answer. Position 36, Ronald Bronner. No answer. Position 37, Dimitri Whitaker. He is here.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right. All right, Mr. Whitaker, good afternoon. We're going to hear from the solicitor about your charge.
This is case number 19 CR 006-885F. The defendant is charged with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers with an incident April 4th, 2019. Discovery was filed February 3rd, 2021, and I haven't had any contact with the defendant.
Hey, Mr. Whitaker, how do you want to proceed with your case?
Not guilty, and also would like to see if I'm able to for a public defender.
All right. If you would, please put your email address and telephone number in the chat box.
Okay.
All right, I see your information there. So you're going to get communication from Emily Bronstein, who will be the public defender assigned to handle your application. She'll send you that by email. Please make sure you respond to her and complete that application and return that to Ms. Bronstein as soon as you can so that she can verify that you qualify for services and get started working on resolving the case. In the meantime, we're going to enter a not guilty plea for you, and the case will be reset to a future date. Ms. Bronstein's contact information is in the chat right above yours in case you want to take down her contact information, but you should be hearing from her.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions for me before we let you go?
No, sir, that will be all.
All right, thank you, sir. You're free to go. All right, position 38, Richetta Williams. No answer. Position 39, Carolyn Kinsey. No answer. And position 40, Destiny Harrell. No answer. All right, I think that concludes our business for today.
Your Honor, I do have a quick question for you and Ms. Daniels. Tomorrow, I have an offer that I'm going to the jail to communicate to an incarcerated client today. He is being held on 2 cases out of our court. I believe it's likely he will accept. This would be the only thing holding him in, as he's resolved all other cases. If I was able to get all the paperwork signed into the court by 5 p.m., could they add Mr. Eddie Brown to the plea hearing for tomorrow?
Ms. Daniels says yes.
Okay. All right. I will let you know one way or the other by 5 p.m.
All right. Well, we'll be happy to take it and get him out if we can tomorrow.
Mr. Howell, just one thing, the jail is typically closed for visitation from 2 to 4. For shift change. Sorry.
I will figure it out one way or the other.
Okay, just wanted to let you know before you went over there right now.
All right.
All right. If there's no further business, we'll see folks tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.